Dems say democracy is on the ballot, but their leading man said he's okay if he loses the election as long as he tried his hardest. Yes, this is why the democracy is on the ballot thing is horseshit.
And if you stay in and Trump is elected and everything you're warning about comes to pass, how will you feel in January?
I feel as long as I gave it my all and I did the goodest job as I know I can do. That's what this is about. Look, George, think of it this way. You've heard me say this before. I think the United States and the world is at an inflection point where the things that happen in the next several years are going to determine what the next 6-7 decades look like. And who's going to be able to hold NATO together like me? Who's going to be able to be in a position where I'm able to keep the Pacific Basin in a position where we're at least checkmating China now? Who's going to do that? Who has that reach? Who knows all these? We're going to have, I guess, a good way to judge me is you're going to have now the NATO conference here in the United States next week. Come listen.
This is not a high school track and field meet, where ultimately the consequences of who wins and loses doesn't really matter. This is not a Discord debate where there are no winners and losers. It is actually very consequential, especially considering who the Republican nominee is. 330 million will be affected. The entire global population will be affected. People will not look back at this and say, well, Joe did try his best and that's all we can ask. No, that ain't how this shit works. This is straight up delusional, completely out of touch. But refusing to believe polls, refusing to listen to the public, refusing to listen to your aides and advisors and your staff, not withdrawing, not changing your rhetoric, not looking at things from a different approach. Trump does the same thing that Joe is doing right now. So if we're going to call Donald Trump a tyrant, Joe Biden is exactly that.